Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody, and thank you to the Taxila Management team for having me here today. Um, while I think since morning we have been listening continuously about leadership and other talks, right? Um, I would like to bring a different perspective here to you about leadership, right? Which is not what you have to do, but where did it evolve from? Very interesting. If I can have your attention here. Sure. So while the slides come up, I think we can proceed. Um, so anybody wants to help me know where does the leadership evolve? Anybody wants to talk about it or give it a wild guess? How did it evolve? Nobody? Okay. I was expecting. Yeah, please. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you context, okay? While I was approached by the team and I was presented four topics to choose one and talk about it. And while I was pondering about the topic, I I had my daughter coming to me and asking me a few questions, and then at the same time I have a mom who answered her questions. And there something struck me that leadership is nowhere, but it starts at home. The teachings, the learnings, the curve, the nurturing, right? Everything starts at home, and as we grow, we take it to a corporate. Agree? Are you able to relate to me? Right? Great. So, if I, I just hope the slide comes back. But meanwhile, if you really think, for generations, the lessons of leadership comes from a mother. Okay, when you are an embryo and you are in a life stage and you grow as a newborn, she's incubating. When she holds you, she gives the love and affection to you and the care. When you start to walk, she supports you and gives you a confidence, right? And when you enter a teen, what does she do? She becomes your friend, a mentor, right? And as you grow to an adult, what happens? You are already embedded with the value of independentness, right? The value of integrity, and at the same time, the value of respect from day one, right? Overall, a mother plays a role of a leader who helps you to nurture and develop you to a better human for a better tomorrow. Right? I have a short video for you which will help you to resonate the ways a mother helps and lead with the change and how it really applies in the business world. I think if the video can come, it will really give you a good insight about it. In this video, we are going to examine a few lessons that moms teach their children that translate into effective leadership lessons. Mom is not only a title but a badge of honor. Mothers are an important part of the family dynamic, and their wisdom provides not only the guidance but the nurturing touch to develop their children into the adults that they are to become. Many businesses are embracing gender diversity as a way to produce a more inclusive workplace environment. The lessons that mom teach on a daily basis will not only provide guidelines to allow leaders of today to understand and grow, as well as allow leaders of tomorrow to become a group of leaders that progress the world. The first lesson that mom provided was lead by example. Leaders need to understand this lesson and understand the power of going first. Leaders have the word lead in the
title and should be leading their people to a place that allows them to flourish. Mom led the way, whether it came to trying a new food that we were skeptical about or going into a new place that seemed scary at the time. Mom led the way with her guidance and wisdom around the new process and often brought out the best in the situation. The second lesson that Mom championed was to make time for what is important. Leaders often get caught up in a rat race or chasing something that they think will continue to the organization on the track to capture the vision that they're after. Mom made sure the time was managed to ensure that everyone was where they needed to be at the time they needed to be there. But Mom also made sure that there was time built in the day for the little pleasures such as playing outside or being able to enjoy the company of the family. The third lesson, and probably one of the most vital lessons, was Mom always listened. Leaders today are often caught up in trying to persuade others to their point of view or to driving the results of the organization. In today's business world, often people do not speak up because their boss is too busy or frankly just doesn't care. Mom always made sure to take time to listen when someone spoke. Even if the question or the answer was a difficult one, Mom found a way to answer it in a way that the person knew that they were heard. The answer that was given was as straightforward as possible, and there were no topics that were out of bounds. If it was important enough for you to ask or want to talk about it, then it was important for her. Another lesson that we learned from Mom was to allow others to follow with their heart and not their head. Leaders often give the reason behind what needs to be done, and this is done in a clear and straightforward logical progression. Many leaders will even give the benefit to the employee about what's in it for them with the goal of the task being accomplished. Mom would spend time ensuring that the person was invested in the project and make it appealing, even if that task was repetitive and undesirable. Mom made sure that the person understood that accomplishing the task not only made sense logically, but also spiritually as well. Another valuable lesson that Mom taught was know when to push and when to embrace.
Yeah. So from the video, while we take back the learnings in terms of certain qualities that we should adopt and work towards it to be in the corporate environment, I would like to also share with you that the great leaders are not made in one day, right? They do experience the cycle of struggle, the cycle of surviving, the challenges, right? Failures, and then succeeding, right? In the entire cycle, they don't give up, okay? They ensure they are standing strong for the organization to create a better workplace for each one of us, okay? While the one that you see on this screen will take you to the journey of Mahabharata and Ramayana, right? Where the leadership was in house, coached to the family members. When you talk about Shivaji and Jijabai, the medieval period, again, the entire nurturing, the coaching, right, was done in house. There were no schools, right? But Jijabai ensured Shivaji turned out to be a great leader. At the same time, moving to a modern world of leadership, you see the picture of Sudha Murthy. She has really proved to be standing by the core values of leadership. Just a small share from her life. While they were in a crisis, when I said they, it's Sudha Murthy and her husband. She supported the husband with financial and emotional support. And she ensured that she is managing a family back home, and Narayana Murthy started Infosys. So she is a strong example of how do you create a support, be, uh, you know, have empathy, keep family together, just like a corporate, right? Um, Nothing changes. The qualities of leaders remains the same. May it be a personal life, may it be a professional life. It's all about how empathetic, how collaborative you are, and you accept the change, you move ahead with the change, right? That's the message I want to give you. Further, the next one is very basic, and it's basically how do we you know, manage the changing situation in the corporate life, right? You see the top four pointers, while the other speakers have already covered, so I would not go in depth here. But definitely, when you talk about empathy, you need to be very empathetic to your coworkers, right? You never know what somebody is going through, right, in their personal life or a professional life. It's all about just asking, hey, how are you? Can I help you? Right? Set a culture accordingly, right? The next one talks about engage the employees. So when you talk about engaging with employees, see what extra additional activities that you can do for employees, right? It could be as simple as, you know, having some celebration at workplace, or as simple as rewarding them for the good work done, right? So you have to keep them engaged, recognize them, very important. You talk about end of stigma of mental illness. Very important. Create a culture that would really talk about openness. If somebody is really upset, the person comes and talks to you, right? That's the level of sensitivity the person should have and should be so comfortable to come and talk to you. And lastly, leverage the benefits, right, to make employees happy. As simple as employee assistance program, that could be a wellness program, a well-being week for an employee, for all the employees, or it could be as simple as a financial program, right, which would help them to plan, educate them on those grounds. While there are much more subsets to it, right, but in view of time I would like to stop here. But definitely, in case if you need any kind of information further on this, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime, right? And I'll be happy to help you. While I would like to end this with a quote that says, leadership transcends titles and roles. It's about collaboration, breaking barriers, and creating new world where everyone can flourish with the change. Thank you so much.